My beautiful stars, reading time. I was tossing up with this deck and our Soul Seeker deck. So we might use both for your first part. Have a bit of mixed emotions, this collective. But let's see. What is on your mind currently? We've got obsession. And happily ever after up. Okay. I think this card, the way it shows obsession, because we talk about it all the time, the difference with real love, power of love, happy ever after love, to obsessive love. And I see a lot of people, they really declare they like that obsessive 0 to 100 intoxicating kind of love, but underlining with that, it is toxic behavior. It can end up being controlling, it can end up being very manipulative as well. And I feel this collective, it's not even so much obsession about something. You could be a little bit tunnel focused on a happily ever after with someone, but I feel you're really going over, especially because I was tossing up between two decks. I think this collective, you have things under review with the way that, oh wow, you see love. Maybe there is a bit of obsession over you right now, fixation. You've got heartbreak here. So this right collective, you're feeling heartbreak clearly with someone that you viewed would be your happily ever after. Why am I the Disney card with this? Like, you know, the Disney castle? I'm hearing Beauty and the Beast. Hearing the Little Mermaid. And now I'm hearing Sleeping Beauty. Maybe you're just obsessed with Disney movies. Or you could really resonate your love story feeling a little bit like a Disney movie. Okay, so you've got... or lack thereof, I should say. Are my eyeballs on? No. Okay, so there is heartbreak that you're focusing on, but you're trying to let go and release. You're not trying to look back to this situation. Maybe you just made a wish on a dandelion, or you could have a garden full of them. Oh, this is a big top row. Hold on a second. What do we... oh, the cycles, the patterns. So it's not... you haven't just gone through a separation. It would feel... it makes sense this time of year. And our retrograde, even though it's only in its phase, it's over Cancer, so it's an emotional one. Got a lot of returning energy right now. Fate, karma, cycles, things going around and around and around. This says things turning around. We'll have to see. This collective, maybe you've had a blast from the past, or if you haven't, again, this shadow phase, it's stirring up a lot of emotion in people. Maybe it's become a little bit of an obsessive thought pattern of recent. Hold on, I want one more for this obsession. Oh, regret. That's what I felt straight away. There's a different reflection on this. There's a different reflection on how you've approached love in the past. And maybe in the past, all of my collectives here going through a healing journey. And when we have a lot of trauma in the heart, we can't help but be captivated by that obsessive love, the highly validating 0 to 100. Like, we can't help it, right? But I feel this collective, there's regret over how you've approached love in the past. Maybe you're in reflection of, I'm hearing this, you know, when you go through a heartbreak with someone and you start reflecting on your own internal behavior that could have created the obstacles or the heartbreak, and you know, you start to really kind of knuckle in and you have this kind of light bulb moment that you didn't really appreciate what you had until it was too late. Let it be you were overly critical, starting unnecessary arguments, like whatever the case may be. I feel this collective, there's some form of deep reflection of you wish you approached things better. You wish you didn't let obsession take over. And even maybe part of this obsessive thought pattern that you have right now is more this. Things you wish you did differently. Especially if you did see this, or you still view this as someone that you want to have that Ten of Cups with. Happily ever after. I'm going to do a you versus them for this collective, but when we finish this, I just want to see your soul, your inner soul, what it's seeking from this situation. This feels like your overthinking mind right now. Oh, you're trying to stand in your worth. I love this. So even though it's aching your heart, you're trying to reclaim your power. You know what you deserve. And this, of course, talking to myself, but this came out, I got excited. This is underneath your heartbreak. And you're finding the strength of a warrior. I feel, can I be honest? I feel this is coming over you because of what's going on cosmically, plus aligned with our Pluto retrograde, all about hidden self, hidden truths. And if you've got things appearing at this time, it's unfinished. It's karmic loops that haven't been cycled out right now, not just from people but self, emotional lessons, things you need to review, anything that's bringing up the old version of you right now, seeing it outside of the box. It's to reflect in it or reflect about it in a different way, approach actual physical situations a different way, approach internal emotional situations in a different way. So it's not that these things aren't being stirred up emotionally, but look at how you're reviewing it. Happily ever after. No, I know my worth. I know I do deserve my happily ever after. This obsessive thought pattern, these unfortunately certain people that you used to be drawn to, certain behaviors in past relationship, there's regret, there's deep reflection, this heartbreak, you're finding strength and you're choosing yourself. So even though it may be intense over you, the way you're dealing with it, magic. And it makes sense with this let go and release. Oh, I'm shuffling that the wrong way. Okay, let go, release, don't look back. But it's confusing and it's meant to be. I always say this about healing. The emotion's not going to disappear. It's how you walk through the emotion. It's feeling it. It's feeling it. It's embracing and recognizing when shadow self is coming over you. Oh, hey, here you are. What's the lesson I need to learn through this? Instead of moving with the emotional trigger, you learn from it, right? You don't move on impulse and frustration. You find the calm in the storm. What do we always say? It's not that life's going to get easier. We just learn how to deal with life better. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're allowed to feel confused. You're allowed to be back and forth in the mind. But this strength of a warrior, you will center. And I always tell this to you guys. Riding the wave of emotion, riding the wave of a trigger, it can take a couple weeks. It's not just going to fade away in an hour. It's not just going to fade away in a day. You know when you've really overcome that emotional turmoil because you find the lesson. You see it differently. You feel the growth that's just happened in you for not moving forward in impulse or an emotionally charged way. You find the strength when you find that emotional center, right? And every time that trigger comes up, it eventually gets easier to deal with, right? You could also, I'm hearing, feel that this person has finally let this go. They've released this and it's causing confusion and turmoil. Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Whatever is on your mind, what was fated to be right now. I always tell you guys that are healing, emotionally, spiritually connected, know what's going on cosmically. Because once you see what's transiting through your houses or the sky, whatever it is, how it's impacting you, your chart. It puts it into a better focus. You see the lessons that it's trying to bring up in you, right? I always say people are so scared of emotion. Emotion is what grows us, but we've been programmed from a young age, right? Remember, as babies, we're little sponges. We're picking up everything. So unfortunately, how our emotion was dealt with through our parents, the examples around us, it imprints. This is what creates our armor. So from a young age, it's really sad because we're taught excessive emotion is not good, right? Emotion's amazing. You just have to view it differently. Embrace it. Embrace the uncomfortable. Okay, you could have just got a message. Fate, karmic, turning point, turning around, a message, incoming communication. I want one more for this. I just want to confirm if this collective you've had movement or if this is something you're craving. Alright. This ain't bad. Falling for you, but I'm hearing. Just side note, remember, whatever's bringing up past version or tempting you to move in past self right now, don't fall for. Strength of a warrior. But you could have someone in deep reflection. Let's pull 3 cards. If communicate, they'll be back, or confession comes out, or my little yes, ladybug, this is already in, okay? Yes, so for the right collective, this is already in here and it's stirring up emotion. So it's a reading, finding you in the nick of time. Okay, hold on, might as well get this because this is in your energy. All right, what's happened here? I want to roll a dice. Let's get specific. All right, we've got 1 and we've got 20. So it's the 20th here today in Australia. This could have happened 1 day ago. Again, it could have happened today. 20 is important. I don't think it was, this feels kind of very now energy, unless you're born on the 20th. This person's born on the 20th. 201, angel number. 120, you could be watching this at 201 or 120. Important numbers here. You could be a life path 1. This person could be. Why am I hearing 2020 and 2021 as well? I'm hearing that. All right. So right now what's going on, we've got movement here, but the universe has got control of this. Everything in divine timing, let things flow. Okay, just quickly, I'm going back to this. Clearly something's arrived in your energy. I feel whatever's arrived has put confusion in you. If we've got, for the right collective, we've got something about divine flow here. So I don't know if you're sitting still. I don't know if you focusing on your self-worth and you focusing on your internal strength, even though this is stirring up emotion. I feel the divine is kind of intervening here without you even knowing, which means however this has approached, I don't know if you feel like it was in a manipulative way, or this person, again, toxic behavior, or they're trying to control this situation by a relevant kind of topic. There's something here. Yes, you've got luck on your side, but I feel this collective, you're like, I've got to let go of this. especially because you've got the fate, the cycle here. Let's confirm. Oh, there's one more here. Water sign. You could be a water sign, this person, but emotion running high right now. Months. Cups in tarot is months. Maybe you've been waiting for this for months. That 20, that could have gone back to the 20th of another month since you last heard from this person. Or the 1st of another month. Fiery climax is what I'm hearing. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Air sign underneath. Yes, this is weeks in tarot. Maybe you're being called to sit back here, let it unfold. Or again, this could have been brewing for the past few weeks. Maybe you heard from them 20th of last month, or now it's just catching up to you again, 1st of last month. I'm going to get Soul Seeker after this, but again, air, water sign could be important here. Let's get one more for this. Luck is on your side with clearly communication, but let's... cycle, double whammy. You're in the middle of a test. This collect, very important. This is finding you, especially if it's popped up now. You're in the middle of a test. Cycles. Fate, karma, something ended. This something's beginning. I'm holding myself back. I feel it's the kind of that energy, nothing set in stone. If you're in the midst of a cycle, a layer, and it's approached how it always approaches, and you don't move differently this time, you're just going to be stuck on this roundabout. I guarantee you, this collective. I feel this person's approached you how they've always approached you, if not worse. And it was destined to be like that. With this, you've got it twice here. This is why you've got divine in the middle. If I was you, I will break this reading down. This finding your strength and finding your worth, I think that's your key here. Everything in divine timing. Oh, feeling bewitched by this person. Caution, don't overwork yourself. Try and release it. You've got caution under this. I don't think you need to find out more information right now. They're saying don't overwork yourself. Don't fixate on it. What we said before about this is stirring up emotion that really needs deep reflection for self. Don't even look at the external situation. Find the lessons internally, right? I want one more for divine timing and caution, please. Manifest. If you trust in it, let it be. Manifestation, trust in your glowing thread, surrender it. Confession. Talking to myself, moving came out, and first I heard if handled right you could move on from this cycle, but then I heard just as a detail you could be moving, this person could be moving, and if this person's moving and you don't know the obstacles, like there's something here, divine's at play for a reason. But this says moving in with your partner. I don't think that's on the cards here right now for this collective, but there could be memories of living with this person, especially because you've got happily ever after on your spread. Alright, water sign. Feeling used, and this is why maybe this person's come in asking for something. You're feeling used by whatever this is. So again, if there's been a lot of history, a lot of heartbreak, and this is part of your cycle, whenever this person approaches, they want something from you. This is what you're currently going through. So again, even though you've had a pop-up, no proper communication, no confession, there's nothing here about depth of words being spoken. Don't make this fit. And this is this energy, and anyone that watches me, when I pull these cards, I always say, if there's not confession, it's just a touch. It's like a relevant message. And that's clearly what your cycles are for the right collective. The hey, the asking for something, trying to manipulate your guilt with something. It's something that is so irrelevant, right? And this collective, I think for the first time, you're seeing right through it. And instead of, I know it's dragging up emotion, but you've got strength of a warrior. You've got regret for the way you used to view this, right? This happily ever after. You're starting to realize what you really deserve. I did it again. I was saying, I feel like you're finally seeing through this person in such a strong way, but because this has been bound to cycles, because this person has clearly become a habit, what happens? We imprint. I always say 66 days to create a habit. So if you've craved and seen this person as your happy ever after for longer than 66 days, and you are now just breaking a cycle, you would have found strength in the moment. But what's coming over you? The habit, the old trauma that used to get you drawn to this. You're breaking free from that trauma. That is why the chaos that they bring, at first it repelled you. You were like, is this person's a joke? Like, but now, right? Because your shadow self's coming up, it's enticing you again. The field of influence, we talk about it all the time. This is not really what's going on. It's again past self this time of year. Pluto, Mercury retrograde. It's showing you one, how far you've come, but what you need to reflect, get your emotion outside of the box. It's shadow self coming over you. You know you need worthiness here. You need self-confidence and trust. Whatever's meant to be, your happily ever after is there, right? Don't let shadow self come over you right now and captivate you with that field of influence. You're stronger than that. Find your light self through it, right? If you're feeling used by this, find your strength. Hold on, let me get your soul seeker energy. We will really break this reading down. And this makes sense with this fate, karma, cycles turning, but the same message. I knew that was about to stop. The magic of it, it's literally records in a circle, and I went to go do, as I was saying, the same message, and then it stopped, right? You never know. I've got to see how this reading goes, but it's a confirmation, this collective, however this approached you, same as always, if not worse, right? Don't fall for it again, and you know it. I've just realized intuitively, I put that over heartbreak. Have your strength of a warrior. All right, let's see what your soul is feeling over this situation. The true depth of you. We're not blinded by shadow self. Which I think is this. I feel it's these three right here. And this one up here. Okay. Rejection. Your soul's rejecting it. Your soul is telling you, know your worth. You know. I don't want to say, oh, left out. No. It's your soul's rejecting it. Remember what your soul is. And maybe you have faced a lot of rejection with this person. Maybe that's part of your cycles. Feeling rejected, unloved, unwanted. Be serious. Yourself. I always say this, life is too serious. We don't need to add more seriousness. But look at that. I just noticed this. Her eyeballs are yin and yang. Find balance in emotion, right? Don't be overworking yourself with this right now. Remember what we said right at the start. Don't move through emotional acceleration. Move through center, the balance of your yin and yang, right? Settle down. Stability. You're wanting a solid foundation. This literally says you're wanting happily ever after your castle. You're wanting a solid foundation. You're not wanting a roundabout something you can't trust in, especially if you've been working on trust, and that's a really hard wound to heal. You would be in protection mode. Anyone that you can't trust, you would just be like, nah, you're not entering. Heartbreak, strength of a wall. I don't know why I went to, well, we're putting them on top of each row. Oh my God, I just realized we're putting them on top of each row. You're rejecting this toxic behavior, right? You want your happily ever after solid foundation. You're knowing your worth. This is confirming these rows. Oh, you're wanting to get me away from it. You're coming on, I'm seeing this, you're coming online. This person could have approached you really irrelevantly online, right? But you could have met this person on the internet, but I think you're moving past this, right? I feel I'm seeing that alignment energy. There's something you're seeing differently. Remember we said it's like you finally can see through the mask. You can see the broken energy. You can see the lack of confidence and why it comes this way, but you're not accepting it anymore. What do I always say? Instead of feeling anger, you feel sorry for them. What is it? Games have backfired. They don't work anymore. Oh, the inconsistency with this release. I ain't looking back. And then the confusion. No, your soul is like, get rid of that in roller coaster ride. And then you got the Ferris wheel. This makes your stomach go blah, blah, blah. Your heart from bloody here to whoop. Well, probably not anymore. But this, the blows, hot and cold, ups and downs, erratic, impulsive, just, nah. You know this does not serve you, especially if you're trying to heal. People that are trying to heal and you keep aligning with the things that halt your healing. I always say we endure, and I know people endure and walk through the fire time and time again because they are healing. They need to learn how to heal that and be repelled by the chaos, not enticed by it. But the more we endure, the more we excuse. I always say this and it triggers people, but it's our choice. If we constantly choose the inconsistency, if we constantly choose someone that is unfortunately not trustworthy, if we constantly choose someone that makes us feel rejected, unseen, and undervalued, how are we ever going to heal the things that need to be healed to create what? You're happily ever after. You're going through a powerful shift. I'm going to get you a High Priestess card in a second. I love that new deck. You really are coming online. Don't let the old habit or the field of influence overtake you right now. These cards have gotten all messy. All right, this last one, the roundabout with the message. You are finding grace, and you're finding some, like I said, you're finding understanding of their broken. I know this collective with the emotion you're feeling used once again, but I think you're coming in. Remember divine feminine energy, compassion, understanding. You're understanding why it's approached the same this time. You're not letting it highly accelerate you. You're dealing with this completely differently. The wrong collective. You're dealing with this. Why did I just say that? Sign. You're dealing with this the right way. You're putting that compassion and empathy more towards yourself. You're choosing self, and that's why, believe it or not, I always say how we fill up our own cup, this is how we fill up other people's cups. What we do to ourselves, we do to others. You're having that understanding of self and putting self first. So even though this has clearly affected you, you really are finding understanding of why they've moved once again, the way that they've moved here. Maybe you are, no, this is your soul seeking, and maybe your soul is seeking this actually. more of that compassion, understanding, empathy for actions, vulnerability, deep communication. And that is also why the divine flow in the middle of your purple deck, you're choosing grace. It's like you've got a divine shield over you right now. Oh, that's a... I think you've lost way too many nights to this. You're not doing that again. You're not letting this exhaust you anymore. That's why you're rejecting this. Serious. Maybe as soon as this happened, you started doing something good, or you went out with someone, or you just, you went straight into being around people that value you. Talking to myself. So this row, knowing your worth, past connection, person from the past, the unfinished business, the history, you're starting to really understand. Maybe that's why I saw it as the serious at first. Don't overwork yourself. But again, you're finding balance in this emotion, and you're just being very realistic. Very good. Your soul is clearly, your energy is clearly wanting this. You're clearly in the energy of permanence, life partner, settle down. You're clearly at that stage. You're not just looking to date, like you're, and that would be another reason this, and I'm going to say it feels quite childish, but again, broken energy, unaware energy. It's also why it's repelling you, because maybe in the past you were, without you knowing, because you were just so focused on this and you were still in your chaos, you had your emotional armor up. If anything, you were just as emotionally available, being drawn to someone emotionally unavailable, not seeing you, right, because you were healing. But now that you're properly healing, your energy knows what it wants. If not, maybe you're on a crossroads. Maybe you already have this in your life, even if it's just starting to develop with. There's no cards to show that though, but there's a reason it came to my mind. I feel this is another reason you're being able to see through this, right? Okay, online, chilling out, rest period, take fate. It is. It's fate intervening. Fate is on your side right now. Maybe you're really breaking this cycle. Meant to be, trusting, divinely guided. This is your middle row. You're coming online, you're trusting. Maybe as soon as this happened, again, especially if it was this behavior, you just surrendered it straight away. And situationship, but maybe with the inconsistency, even though you've got happily ever after here, this in and out, even if it wasn't physical, like situationship, just the cycles of this, it was just a messy, icky, like, yeah, what are we? Uncertain, no, like you never got any depth out of this person. They just kept popping back up in your energy, but again, with irrelevant things, making you feel used, making you feel unappreciated, right? That's important, that. One more for that. Temptation. Don't be tempted. Fight the shadow self right now. You're being tempted, field of influence. This is what will break your cycle if you don't fall short to this anymore. You know what you want. Happily ever after. This person never tells you nothing. That's not the roller coaster this collective wants to be on. That's temptation of chaos, temptation of what you've been healing, right? The emotional unavailability, the avoidance, the abandonment, right? That's why you kept being drawn to it, because you hadn't healed it. And this person constantly made you feel abandoned, rejected, unwanted, had to work on worthiness, whatever it is. Everything that you were not healing, this is why this enticed you, because they reflected it to you. You keep wanting me because you haven't healed these things, right? Right, collective, you'll know what I'm saying. But you, worth, strength of a warrior, that's why now you're looking at this going, huh? What was wrong with me, right? Don't fall short to the habit. You've broken free from it. This collective, I can see you've broken free from it. It's the habit. It's the shadow trying to tempt you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Feminine. Beautiful blue eyes, or I guess this person, but the sparkle back in your eyes. You can see the ocean in your eyes again. You're getting your right? You're getting it all reclaimed to you right now. Let's get one more for that. Oh, issues. Oh, you want to hope they didn't approach that way. But if you're getting a little bit hot and flustered, this will subside. And if all of a sudden you got hot and flustered when this, but like this kind of energy, spicy, sacral activation, it's probably them over you. I ain't even gonna lie, especially if it came out of nowhere. Find with that. Okay, that's closed. All right. Before we keep going, because I am feeling I'm getting a bit spicy with this person, let's just see their feelings right now. Let's see what their soul is seeking. Then I want to see, did I get them all? Yeah. Then we'll see what's actually, what the universe is seeing in this dynamic. Whatever it is, it's something contracted to you, especially if it's always reappearing. But let's work out what that is here. Okay. Do I get that same deck for them, or do I get another deck? I feel I should get another deck for them. Or do I get the same one? I'm not going to lie. In my mind, I'm being told to get the What's the Tea deck, and that's not good in itself, because that means there's a lot of kind of baggage or drama around this person, or baggage drama that they bring to your doorstep. So I don't want to get that deck. It feels so negative, that deck. Hold on a sec. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm being called to get this deck, but also this deck. So I've reshuffled that. We're going to get, let's see how top row goes. All right, person connected to your soul. All right. How are they feeling right now? How are they truly feeling right now? The impulse took over them. So they took a gamble. They took a risk and they came in speedy. So they would be looking at this whole situation. This makes sense with the mask. You were fated to be tested this way. When they even approached this was risky to them. I don't think this person even thought about what they were doing here. You know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm seeing? The writing this huge, the unsent messages. They probably had so much else that they wanted to say, but you're risky. They didn't know what they were going to get from you. So they approached you how they always approached you. They could be sitting in high acceleration now, especially this collective, the right collective. You're letting the divine take over this, so you'd be sitting in flow right now. Until your beautiful little shadow creeps in. Wow, there's the message. So they are thinking about this. They're probably waiting for you to respond to them, this collective, but magic and manifestation, they could be seeing you as quite magical, but they could be trying to manifest you right now. Even if they're just constantly daydreaming, that creates an energetic pull, right? It creates, I've got to get my cosmic deck for you guys too, how it's impacting you. But this person could literally be staring at your photos. They could be doing subliminal work. I actually feel this person may be trying to manifest you. I don't know if they're doing magic. You want to hope not. Oh, that's going to be burning at them. That's your middle row. this person thinks you're going to respond. Working on something, working on it, planning something. Maybe they want to open up on a deeper level. Hold on, I want one more for this, working on it. They could have an intention behind them to work on it. No, or create stability. Maybe they're in a financial, maybe finances is a focus for them right now too. So the thing is here, there's something that was fated for this. It was a cosmic window, especially coming in at this time of year. There's something that's put acceleration in them. I don't even think they were ready to come forward. I'm going to be honest. Seeing this, they could be wanting to work and create stability here, but I do think they've got heavy focus on finances as well. I will confirm all of this. There's a reason they've approached you, how they always approach you. You guys have not broken your cycle. That's why it's come in this way. Take a gamble. So I heard so many things when I saw this. One, this fun. I think they've wanted to approach you really lighthearted. This collective, you've got way too much history, clearly, for especially that karmic wheel, right? Two, friendships could be on their mind with this, and they could be someone, unfortunately, if they know it or not, they still rely heavily on how people see them in life, the acceptance, admiration of friends, family. So this could be another reason they approach you quite dry, especially if you do have history and there's a lot of opinions about your connection. But the biggest thing I'm hearing here is this person, it's like they're wanting to approach you very lighthearted, like this kind of means nothing to them because they're worried about how you feel, which means this person lacks confidence. And that's why this right collective, I remember saying you're seeing the lack of confidence. You're seeing right through that mask. It's a self-doubt thing. This is why they approach this way. They don't know, which means this person would probably hold you in quite high regard. I want one more for this. Oh, they think they know their worth, right? I'm hearing that manosphere. Things have people have said to them, and you're both. Unless they think that you know your worth, I think this is them. It's like they kind of feel that you should be putting in the effort here. Stay strong, my angels. I don't think this person's seeing this correctly. I was thinking they hold you in a high regard. I feel that, I'm not going to lie, I'm seeing a bit of that arrogance card. I want one more. Water sign. Talking to myself, water sign came out. I said, I'm staring at that Pisces and Scorpio, and I'm hearing advice. So once again, they're listening to others more than their internal self. But I am also hearing the emotions running high, right? And Cancer, retrograde over Cancer. This is so much emotion. Emotion is stirring here. Eyeballs? Yeah, they're on. Mask. Okay. This speed, action, impulse. Can I tell you something? And I love you guys. I don't sugarcoat. This is so, there's nothing deep here. There's nothing deep. There's nothing about them caring. Like, this feels impulsive. I feel that they're waiting for you to reply. It feels so gameplay-y, and it just feels you were right to choose strength. Speed, action. Let it go, release. So they're themselves, I think they've got, they could have legal things going on, but justice, you could be a Libra, they could be a Libra, but this decision that was made was not balanced. It was done on impulse, right? One more. Oh. They could have felt this was to As I said, there's no emotion here. Do I think this person, clearly if you orbit, there's a pull. I always tell you guys this. If someone keeps popping up in your energy, especially if it's been a long time, it doesn't matter how they enter. If they're asking a question or they're asking you for something, they're thinking about you. You are on replay, and this is why you guys need confidence and grace. Clearly what keeps pulling them to you, there is something that they could see you as a wish come true. They really could, but this person doesn't know how to deal with you properly, and that's the issue here. But you know what I'm also hearing that could have led to impulse, especially if there was a legal thing, something really went in their favor and they got quite excited about it, feeling kind of weight lifted off their shoulders. But I do feel deep within this person feels like it's sad because they don't know how to treat you. Chemistry. Okay, messages. The distance. So you guys, and it's funny because I kept staring at that, but I stopped myself from saying it. You guys could live at a bit of a distance, but they are trying to distance themselves from... I feel this was kind of maybe a one message thing. I feel this person, there's too much lack of confidence here to be blowing your phone up. I'll tell you that right now. I think they're trying to distance themselves from this. Do I think that they're hoping you will send them a message? Yes. I'm going to be honest. I don't think you're going to hear from this person anytime soon. I think, again, especially with the advice that they may be getting here or how they're seeing the situation. One more. Oh, see what the mask does? Self-unawareness. So again, you really are a wish. They're seeing you as true love, a past life connection, soulmate, but yet they won't put in the effort. They won't put in the effort, but they think they know their worth. They don't know their worth because the reason they're not putting the effort in is because of the lack of confidence. But they're thinking, bloody, I reckon that's how they see you. That you're in your worth. They don't know their worth. They would have confidence. They'd have that masculine flame. They'd be locking in, right? That's lack of... If they're seeing you like that and they're like, oh, a stunned mullet, cat got their tongue. Oh, I think that's you. I'm going to get more decks. I think their emotions running high. But I do think there is some things and opinions in... Can we talk confession? Maybe they are. I don't think it's coming anytime soon, though. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they've got... Maybe. In your energy right now, purple cards, you don't have this. You do not have this in your energy. So I guarantee you it's not coming anytime soon for the right collective. But it's on their mind. You know what I'm going to say? Just surrender it to the divine. Surrender it. Please watch from the beginning. You don't need to say anything here. If that's what they really wanted, unless they think that you're gonna... Oh, I've got to get emotion. There's so many decks that I want to get. That would be this collective's mind or this person's mind. Just all over the place. This magic and manifestations. Oh. Oh, I swear that's the autumn card. Autumn, spring, depending what country you're in. So that would have been October, September. No. Yes. Well, whatever months. But this here, manifesting you around autumn time. There's something here they're expecting changes. There's a reason I went to go say September, October. No, that's... Why did I went to say that? There's a reason I'm saying those months. That could have been when things started to change in their energy. I remember feeling months with that. Maybe there's a certain love affair they're attached to as well that you might not know about. Or they could think you are. This is sneaking around with a secret love. I noticed that. Expect changes, magic, manifestation. Was that winter? Yeah, winter, summer, depending what country. But they're frozen out in the cold. Ugh. This says loyalty, trust, and protection. They clearly haven't shown you loyalty, so I don't know why they... Unless... There's something here they're trying to trust in. Alright, working on it, planning. Oh, blocked. So they might block you again. And that perfect sign, if they block you, it just shows stay in grace, stay in strength. Because if that happens, blessing in disguise. But they're already thinking, because they're freaking out, right? It's like, I do think finances, but working on it, planning, or the end, just block this out again. I don't think this person knows how to deal with excessive emotion, which is probably why you're being protected here. Or they could be scared you're about to block them, I guess. It's messy and confused. There's a huge part of them you can see they care so deeply, but whatever's been influenced, whatever their beliefs, whatever their perspective is, I just feel it's such a mixed bag here. Hold on, I want to get these cards that I was going to get. All right, just... You feel like home, but then look at how they treat you. It's this person's mask. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much joy and happiness, but yet, for this collective, it seems like, again, the inconsistency, feeling rejected, that not getting deep, I don't think they tell you, I don't think you've heard that from this person. Oh gosh, you got twin flame here. There's a lot of picture and message cards, right? When I see a message, there's a lot that they do want to say, I will tell you that. But this is a destined cycle you guys clearly have to break through. There is something about self-worth here for the collective. New chapter. I think they've tried to move on from this though, I ain't even gonna lie. Escape. They're still an escapist. This says I left when things got hard, but it's still in them. And right now this is probably becoming a situation that's too hard for them to emotionally deal with. So I'm going to be honest. I feel this person is just in escapist mode still. It says they're single, but also that they're not ready for commitment. And I see that here, and I felt it with this. It's really odd because I'm staring at that love affair. I do think this person is probably like, they present as single, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's something under the surface here, right? Especially if it's a hidden, something forbidden. One more for that. Detachment. Habit. I'm feeling a bit of both. I do think they're kind of detached and a bit cold when it comes to the heart space. They've clearly been through a lot, but I do think there's a certain habit here or person that unfortunately they don't think they'll ever be able to change. But even their coldness and cold heart, maybe they know that they are really scared of commitment and the way that they detach, which is sad. It's sad. Protect yourself, my angels. This just doesn't seem the right time. I'm gonna get their soul, what their soul is seeking. You can see how lost they are. You can see how lost they are. They care so much, but the thing is they don't know how to care properly. They don't know how to love someone properly. They feel the feelings, but they don't know how to put the action into place. fate is in there again. It's destined for both of you right now. Cosmic window. Stay in your worth, my angels. Stay in your worth. Meant to be, trust, divinely guided. And clearly with these cards, especially, that they could see, talking to myself. So fate's in both of your lives right now, right? They've just repeated their cycle, because for the right collective, they've approached you how they've always approached you, if not worse. So they haven't learnt their lessons of self-love and confidence, right? This collective, you're on the verge. You know how we always talk about tables turning, especially if it is, and I'll have to confirm through this if it's really faded as in something that can be long term, or more just faded as a lesson for one another. Clearly you have a lesson, it's clear as day, of self-worth and confidence. You're both meant to, there's something you're meant to learn here with each other with that. This person has not broken that cycle, which means solely connected, life after life, even if it's karmic. One of your biggest lessons to teach each other is self-worth. Now, the fact that they've come in, right, with the same behavior, that means whatever your last point of communication was, you fell short. Now, let it be they came in this same way, but you gave in, you started replying, even if it ended up getting, maybe towards the end of that last interaction, you felt like you found your worth, but you didn't completely, because you wouldn't have given in last time, right? So what's happened now is this person's come back to show you cycle hasn't been broken, but you're on the exact same crossroads as you were last time. Do you let this person take over you, even though everything in your soul knows that this is a joke, right? Or do you choose worth and grace to finally sever the cycle? Because if you can choose worth and grace, in the last couple readings, we've had a theme of this. You will literally sever this. Tables will turn, right? Find your confidence in this situation. I always say, anyone that's solely connected to you, especially if it's actually fated, destined for connection, until you learn the lessons in your contract, you ain't going nowhere. I did it again. But I said, my advice, they unfortunately have just repeated a cycle. You don't repeat it this time. Just advice. So you can finally turn that energy around. Secrets. So they're hiding something. And I felt it. I felt it. So their soul is telling them to be honest. But they're not doing it. They're not doing it. And that's part of something they need to learn. And I said in your part, I could feel this collective, this has affected a trust wound for you. And without trust in any dynamic, it's not going to work. Family, friends, work, love. This person's soul is urging them, hidden truths, things that are confident. They're urging them to be proud of who they are. Be honest. But it scares them instead because they're too enticed by their shadow, not their light self. Their soul is telling them luck would be on your side, but they don't believe it because they don't have confidence. So 4-leaf clovers could be important as a sign, even a 5-leaf clover. Good luck, positive outcome, but the obstacles, they don't believe in this because they don't believe, if they know it or not, that they deserve happiness. They wouldn't know it here. Of course, everyone wants happiness, but when you're constantly drawn to the old and the toxic, your inner soul, you haven't healed that wound in your heart, right? But all the blockages, detours, delays, their inner soul is wanting them to remove them. But unfortunately, this person would have a really broken mindset. They wouldn't have strength in thought. They'd be someone that sees kind of life always expecting the worst in things before the worst even arrives. Oh, that's good. Wasn't expecting that. Just how you ascend, they ascend. So you will go through another awakening. Their soul is urging them right now to awaken. Spiritual awakening, rebirth. That's good. Let's see what confirms these. They don't know what love is. So meant to be, trust, divinely guided. But this is the puppy love, right? Oh, attraction, purity. If they knew the power of love and this twin flame journey and what you really are, it's an irreplaceable match. they wouldn't be treating you like this. They feel the energy of, like, they feel, because their feelings are so intense that they love you, but they don't know how to love you, and that's the sad thing here. Secrets. Ghosted. This is why you stop it. This is why you get what you get, because they don't want to be honest. They don't want to be honest, so they ghost you. Until that's healed and they're ready to be truthful, you will forever play this roundabout. You will forever play it, because they're scared. They're scared of this, so they ghost. They wouldn't let many people, this is why they're detached in love. They don't want people getting close to their truths and who they really are. Luck. No contact. Good. Good. They feel they're going to get luck here from this. I don't think it will happen if you can stay strong. They feel luck is on their side. Positive outcome. I felt in this, they think you're going to reply to them. Don't you do it. That means you always fall short to their games. Don't fall short to their games. This collective, there's some form of happily ever after you'll build. Focus on that. Focus on the people that truly show you love and value. I'm going to sneeze. Chew. Bless me. Obstacles. Oh, sorry. Trying to keep their options open. There is something here. They have got something there. Just be careful. Be careful, because their soul is telling them, because of this whatever situation, it creates obstacles, but it's something they clearly don't want to change. Awakening. That went into fate. To the maybe the tables will turn. Maybe. I always say, for you guys, the runner, not so runner needs to become, but you guys need to experience each other's veils. Maybe they will. I always tell you guys, you know when it's time. If it really is something fated, I'm about to get your heart from player energy. Oh. I'm trying not to get spicy here. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And I always say, you know when it's time, they'll lock in. But right now they still, again, the non-commitment, their habits. They love attention because they don't know how to validate themselves. So unfortunately, they love validation from others. And they'd be so used to people putting in excessive effort towards them. Because they don't have confidence in themselves. They get their confidence from people that admire, accept them, and this is why they fall short to people's. This person would love people putting in excessive effort towards them. This is why they know to play games so well, because it works on everyone else. Don't let and this collective, you can see through it. I'm going to be honest, I feel this person's really, like, if this is something to do with, most of my collectives are divine. They would be so silly to think that you don't see through it. Like, if you, I've got to see how you present as a person. Because, anyway, let's see what's actually going on around your heart space here first. This is going to be another long reading. Just quickly, I am being called. I do want to see their actual deep emotion here right now. And again, right now the energy is not right, and you can see it with all their decks. They haven't come into the right realization. So these emotions probably won't be the best, because then again, not seeing things properly. Friendly. And I felt it approach you friendly, light-hearted, like this like they don't remember any of the damage, even though they know the failure of this. I'll approach it light-hearted, protect their ego. This is sad. I'm no good, I never get it right. Good things don't happen to me, always expecting the worst. So this is part of their mask. It's really sad, because last week we had a few collectives about, unfortunately, when people aren't self-aware and you can't take it personally, like, I'll tell you this right now, this person doesn't intentionally treat you like this. This is their habit. This is their mask. I always say what comes up when we're vulnerable is our armor, and how they treat you, this is how they treat everybody else. That's their protection. But the thing for this collective, I always say this to you, you've got to break free from romanticizing potential of someone or seeing the best in someone before they can see the best in themselves. I'm not saying this person's a bad person, but until they understand themselves, until they understand their reflection, until they understand that living a life the way they're living a life, treating people the way it doesn't end up good. This is why so many things seem to fail for them. That is not your place to teach them, right? Just how you probably had to go through a healing journey by yourself, right? And start understanding your armor and your shadow. This person needs to do the same. Scared of rejection, but that's this collective. They've made you feel rejected so much, and what they don't want done to them, they do to others. Projection. So they've got such a fear of rejection, but how much have you felt rejected? So everything they don't want done to them, they do to others, time and time again, and it's the lack of confidence. So this person isn't intentionally making you feel rejected. They don't even think you're invested. So this is why they come in very surface level, because they don't have enough confidence. But then this poor collective, because you are so emotionally invested, internal hurricane, but probably haven't made it clear enough for this person to believe it. Remember, I always say we hear what we want to hear. Sometimes someone can say something in our brain, especially when we struggle with we can just hear something completely different, right? Maybe you feel like you've made it very clear how you feel, but I feel this person, the reason they keep coming in like this, it's their broken confidence. They're scared of being rejected. They don't know that they've made you feel this reject. They might a little bit, but there's a reason I'm saying this. They're feeling unwanted right now. They're feeling ignored, worried you've shut them out and you'll say no. But then they still feel connected. And that was the main feeling I was feeling. This person loves you, but they don't know how to love you. Their fear gets in the way. So they're not in confidence. Because if they really believed in this, they would have the confidence to conquer you. Deep bond, a belonging, very alike, soully connected, understood, feels right, energy still intertwined, dream state. But then that takes over. This one beautiful card. So internal self feels it. Shadow self, how's explaining to you guys protection. Shadow self makes them believe that can't be real. Their shadow, they need to heal it. It's really sad. Really sad. Okay, confused. I want to see what's going on around your heart space. Then I want to see how the universe sees this actual... This will kind of show how the universe sees it, but I want to get my rejection again. Huge fear of rejection. Oh, and past life is there. Okay, let's see heart space. You know what? I also want to get one card for you, one card for them, and your potential future outcome here. Stop it. I'm going to have to see what confirms it. Stop it. If you're finding strength in confidence and understanding what... Oh, it wouldn't have come out. I was about to say stop watching, because you got to stay strong. Just... If it's meant to be, it'll be, release it. Stay with your release. But remember this collective, you are in life partner energy right now. Please watch from the beginning. You're in life partner energy. You have this fresh start. You have it. You're activating into it. So this is a cycle that needs to be broken. If it's this person or someone else, it's in your energy, right? It's in heart space. Stay strong. Stay strong. But you've got it here. Life partner, love of a lifetime, but it's not stable right now. That's what you're wanting. Stability. You got a fresh start. New beginning, starting over, square one. But again, don't put a face on it, this collective. It doesn't mean it's this person, but your heart space right now, this is activated. You break this cycle. Just for some of you, remember I already deviated at the start and I said, I feel like you found this with someone, right? And then I stopped myself because there was no cards that confirm that. There's a reason. Just believe. Oh, well, we know who that is. Nostalgia, anxiety. Don't you fall into anxiety, because you'll be feeling their anxiety, right? This person's expecting you to message them. I promise you, this person's checking their phone, thinking you're going to break, thinking that these games are working again. Just don't give in. I'm just here for advice. Memories, ex, childhood, stress, worry, overthinking. It's activating your heart. It's meant to, because you're learning a valuable lesson. Oh, stop. I knew I was holding myself back so many times in this reading with this. I was holding myself back. Let it go. Let it go. Because if it is, this is the point. Magic will get created. Let it go. Don't you give in. Break this cycle. I talk about this with you guys all the time. Without severing it, you get stuck on the same layer. Proof is in the pudding. Look at your layers with this person. Sever it. They will awaken to their, not chasing, but the veils will shift. They'll activate that masculine flame. They'll learn to lock in. They will learn to put the right effort in towards you. Don't you budge. Don't budge. And I've been saying it. July, August, we have got a wave coming in. Be strong. Be strong. Oh. Life partner. Cycle, but break it could be this person. Whatever it is, you're coming into the cycle of your happily ever after, this collective. You're coming into it. Watch from part one. Watch from part one. And I'll tell you something. And I always know. And soulmate, let it be this or whoever. You're going to be happy. I could feel in this person's energy like it was and people that aren't ready to hear the truth, when they start to hear actual things they need to hear, they push it away. It's like they don't want to face it. It's like denial. But then these are the people that get angry about love readings. But that's all you want to hear. You just stop on hearing what your brain wants you to hear, right? If this collective, you have stayed through their part, it is for a reason, because you're ready to release it and you know it's for fact and you've accepted it. This person's just a broken bird that needs to sew their soul back together, right? I've said that for a reason. It's time. Break the cycle. Sit in acceptance. I always tell you guys, take the face off it. They don't deserve the label until you see their connection, their activation. Whatever the case, your new cycle is bringing impermanence for you. Believe. Ending all the past patterns. And what do we keep saying at the start? Anything that's bringing up past version, emotion, or external, don't you fall short to it. Fresh start. Earth sign, grounding. Person could be an earth sign, but grounding. I always say pentacles in tarot's years. And there's a reason I heard 2020, 2021. Maybe you've been on this journey for that long. You deserve your fresh start. You deserve your fresh cycle. One more, and stay grounded. From the toxicity, fresh start, grounding from the toxicity. So don't fall short to the toxicity. And that's what it is. It's just toxic behavior. Yeah, this person may not be blowing you up, but it's the manipulate. It's toxic behavior. You're releasing the need of chaos. I can feel it in your soul. Don't fall short to that rubbish. Just because someone's not yelling at you, coming in manipulative, inconsistent, silent treatment, making you feel rejected at point, shutting down, blocking, popping up every few weeks, that is toxic. Toxic. You don't need to just be like, bleh, to be toxic, right? Get rid of it. Get rid of the roller coaster. Nostalgia. This is them. This is them. This third affair, love affair, cheating, right? Family issues, childhood. There is something, this collective, you don't know. You don't know. This, because they present single, they present player, they present this, there is something going on here, right? And they repeat it in their mind. Remember, they ghost you because of secrets. They ghost you because they don't want to confront certain truths. Watch the whole thing. Anxiety. Autumn. Oh my God, they're the months I was hearing. September, October. So it was right. We were right. September, October, November. Remember I kept stumping myself? So they're replaying. So since this, they've had anxiety. Don't make it fit. Confirmation, because it's affecting your heart space. Whatever happened with you guys, this is a detail because they're in reflection of it. So since September, October, November, and remember the dice that came out, 20 and 1. They could have been important dates at that time. They manifestation magic expecting changes. So from that point, and what are we in now? June. So that's minimum, what, 7 to 9 months? Is that right? They've been sitting on something with you, wanting to that shows this person can sit in pain and long suffering and not even know it. That means this person connected to collective for 9 to 7 months. This person's been sitting there expecting change, wanting change, but not doing anything about it. It shows how broken they are. Don't be angry, feel sorry for them. Please watch from the beginning. This is such an important detail because from this point, stress, worry, and overthinking. And they've just sat there. Long sufferer. People that are long sufferers, they sit in pain and they don't do nothing about it. It's sad, and I felt it. This person always expecting the worst, the failure card. Bingo. Makes sense. Oh, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. They don't have confidence. That means this person, even though they love you so much, they would sit back and watch you start a life with someone else because they don't have the confidence here. That's sad. So they know who you are to them. And I'm not saying this to upset you, but this shows how much they need to heal. They'd let you go. That's sad. Universe, trust the universe with your twin flame journey. You can't get a better pairing. Let it go. Surrender. What's that? Frozen and the Disney movie? Let it go. Let it go. Just do it. Trust in the universe and divine timing right now. It's not just you that deserves better, it's this person. And you, just how they were the only person in your life to activate you, right? They are a true blessing because you would not be who you are. And unless you're a divine, you don't get this. Every fire they gave you, every fire, even though it was their shadow, look at who it turned you into. Return the favor. It's not just about your work. This is where your true empathy and understanding kicks in. Just how they changed you because they kept chipping away at your shadow by making you feel rejected. You've gotten to a point now you'll never deal with that with anyone again. Thank them. Return the favor. Because just when you lost them, because half of your soul got ripped away, it completely fused your little brain out, and you had to relearn life and relearn to parent yourself. You really delved into shadow work, universal connection. For a true twin flame, once those tables turn, you will do the same for them. Give them the grace. Let them heal. Let it go, because they deserve it. I'm going to get emotional. They deserve to be the best version of themselves, just how you did. You're the only one. The true knowing that they've lost you, it'll do something to them, but you need to believe it. Let it go. Because right now, I promise you, their energy is too confused. Look at how much they love you. Look at it. They've been sitting in absolute, but they need to find themselves. And this is why I tell you guys, until you see your mirror, until you know your worth, until you know how to fill up your cup, it doesn't even start, because they are your one. They need that for themselves. Let them start understanding that they're not a failure, and whatever they want in this life, they can achieve. They just need to believe in themselves. Just how, when this all started for you, what happened? You started to believe in yourself. You activated your stingray energy. You broke free from the 85% of the populations that are just robots to this world. And you believed in your Dharma. You believed you were here for so much more. And you started achieving. They deserve the same. Okay. This collective, I don't think you're far off. Hold on. I quickly want to see the universe's perspective. Just quickly. Right now. Perfect timing. Trust in perfect timing. Oh, and I just realized my angel aura quartz, like it's a sphere though, was down there. Angels are all over both of you. What card was that? Oh, the spiritual growth from the fox behavior. Grounding, fertility. You guys could be destined for a bubblesy. Personal growth, past life, self-connection, evolving, and your connection to source right now. Okay, trust. Oh, yes. What do we say about High Priestess? She surrenders. She lets it be. She is truly a bridge between two worlds. She knows the power of Source because Source resides within her. She doesn't force the river. She lets the river flow. Pure magic. She can quite easily sit in calm and mystery because, again, she believes in fate and destiny. Again, she believes in the magic of this world because she experiences the magic of this world every day. She knows the power of energy. She knows the power of alignment, knows the power of fate. So she releases and thrives in divine feminine stillness. She is the all-knowing priestess because that knowledge, divine bird, comes from up above. And the universe is telling you, remember who you are. She is normally the 2, but you've got 5 here. So you're transforming in this cycle to this as well. True surrender, true release. What is meant to be through perfect timing will never pass you by. Just how you would have met this person serendipitously in other areas of your life, serendipity, moving to a certain place to get a certain job, meeting another, whatever it is. The universe shows you throughout your whole life the power of serendipity, and when things are meant for you, they come into alignment through people, situations, whatever it is. Right now, you need to believe in serendipity and perfect timing. Believe in those full circle moments, because once you really understand the power of it, that's when you understand what is meant to be will always be. There's no escaping it. right? 19 could be important. 19th of May, perfect timing. We love it. You're building the right framework by staying strong, even if it is silent boundaries, right? This is creating home, belonging, the right roots, comfort, safety, right framework. You're structuring something here, and it may not feel like it right now, but you are. Beautiful. 4 and K, 19th of April, or the 4th of May, 5th of April. And then we've got this 5 again. Beautiful. One more for your top row. Stop it. Highest level of commitment. What do we have on our top row? Anyone that watches me, this is my true divine pairing. My spiritual masters. The Hierophant to your High Priestess. High Priestess to Hierophant. And I will tell you something. This person connected to you, they got twin flames. They know this journey. Now they just need to believe. Which means they're still running away from it a little bit. They'll get there. Pisces, Taurus. Important energies too. Maybe it's been for over a year. This person has been slowly growing, but you just haven't seen it. You can see how broken their soul is. This person knows how to wear a mask. But you've got your pairing. But right now, what's happening? So you're on either side. Look what needs to be done. Middle row. What? To bring you guys into alignment. True twins, you've been on this journey for a long time. What's a little bit longer? Let it come in the right way. Surrender the rest to fate. True devotion, commitment. Oh, this is collective. Our little moose. High Priestess, attitude is everything. Stand in your power. What do you need to do? Stay cool, calm, and collected. Calm, serene, mystery. Without this person believing that you truly love them, and that's the issue here, it'll never work. Because this might have been what broke you apart in the past. They thought they were just destined for heartbreak. Until they have the confidence to stand by your side and believe in your love, you'll repeat the cycle. They need to feel good enough for you. And this is why I tell you guys, this black cat, golden, it's rubbish. Love should be equal. Remember what I said the other day? It's not about happy wife, happy spouse, happy house, right? You both are equal, and they need to see that and believe that. This person needs to believe. They might feel that you're a twin, but you can see through their actions. They feel they'll get rejected by you. They have moments of believing you love them, but then it's the why, right? Especially because of that failure card. They need to believe. 9th of the 5th, 5th of the 9th. Perfect timing. Jupiter, expansion. Oh, right now, the albatross. Meant to. You're both meant to. It's timed for it to break the cycle, right? It is timed for it right now. This is sad. But the good and bad, the baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, everything, guilt, the shame. But this is how we grow. I say it all the time, through these cosmic energies, right? This is how we grow. So just believe. 19th, 21st. Summer solstice, winter solstice. Is it the 21st or 22nd? I want one more. Lighthouse. It's a safe passage. There's just a few obstacles, but it's being protected, right? There's a guidance system over you both, but you need to surrender and believe. You both are a lighthouse to this world in some way or form. You're both divine birds. These obstacles will be removed in due time, in perfect time. 19th of the 7th, 21st of the 7th. Home. Stepping stones, baby steps. Small steps, big accomplishments. 17th of the 4th. The process of arrival. Believe. That's your middle row. When the right structure. Don't need to rush anything. Baby steps, progression. Just keep on going. Spiritual growth. We've got 2 here. Tree of life. Love from the start of time. It may be feeling all of this grounding, all of it is grounding, right? There's growth here, connection to source. Everything's evolving through the complicated circumstances, feeling strung along. So 3D rubbish. It all had to happen, right? Believe. 23. Hierophant. Oh, they're going through a tower. I'm seeing that as them. And you're probably feeling a tower. You probably think this person's never going to change. Just oh my God, stop it. Awakening to what? Through this wake-up call? Unconditional love, legendary, divine union. It'll happen. It'll happen. The fear of losing, it'll happen. Let it be. Love of a lifetime, number 24. All right, one more overall, please. Masculine energy. I don't even want to read it to you. I don't even want to read it to you, but believe. And I see this with twinnies. Once you finally come back on the same page, and a lot of you guys elope. A lot of you guys that just let it unfold, right? Believe. And you've got life partner energy right there. It's in your next cycle. Whatever the case, you're going to be happy. Proposal, engagement, agreement, statement of intent, marriage and union, taking the next level. 25, 28. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get our beautiful, that neon deck, and when it's time, how it's going to approach you, the right time, just to give you belief, we're going to get you one of these cards, then one of these cards, and I'm going to get tarot here for what comes next and how to approach it and the outcome. Okay, should I roll a dice? I feel I should, but although you need to surrender, I don't know why I'm hearing eclipse. I just heard eclipse, eclipse season. I'm not going to get time. You just need to surrender to time. Okay. Alright, God. So this is actually when it's time. The question was, but guard up. Oh, reunion. So the right time is when you have your, but you do have your guard up for the first time ever for the right collective. Your guard is finally up. You're needing time to feel secure. You're breathing. You've got reunion as your next card. So you're cautious, wary, protecting yourself, holding back energy right now. You're feeling, you're reserving yourself. You're putting distance. Then we've got reunion. This story isn't over. Getting together, mending, reconciliation. You guys really could be in this next wave if you deal with this right. Oh my God. Your middle row aligned. This is when it's time though. You'll feel the alignment because you'll see this person the way they'll lock in. You'll see it. There'll be an alignment with one another. You'll finally feel, you know, when you guys first meet, right? It's like you both see into each other's souls without you even knowing. You see a version of them that they don't show others, and same for you, right? I always say it's like the heavens just send you this angel, both of you. You're just an angel that's sent to one another. But once it's time to start the hard work, it's like that angel just gets plucked away and off they go. Off they go to Mars. And then the version you get after that person you fell in love with, it's gone. And you question for so long, was it ever real? Because it's a completely polar opposite version that you remember, right? And it's cold and it's hard and it's terrible. But when it's time, you see that again, right? You see it. And until you see that version again, stay true to yourself and just believe. The secrets will come out, and that's another big part. And without that all coming to the surface, you'll never be able to build, right? You'll be trying to restart with hidden things, right? It would never work. But this is also why bigger picture and trusting in the divine timing, there's something about your own internal alignment and high priestess energy. It's clearly big things that you need to really find your own grace. And again, we've been talking about that healed empath or unhealed empath over the past few weeks as well. True healed empath truly understands the human condition, has an understanding of all souls, why they do what they do. She also knows alignment and grace, and this is part of, you'll know when it's time, because they'll come in the right way and they will be honest. You've already got the first step here. You've got the first step. So just let this come in the way it's meant to. Bullseye. Nothing will get in the way again. And I always say, if you release that butterfly and it finally returns home to you, it's yours to keep forever, right? And this is another beautiful thing with the divines, with your separations being so long, because after so long and after the broken trust and not believing in each other's love, just that in itself, finding your way back to one another after years, makes you believe in the power of your love story. And it starts to build on that trust without you even knowing, right? The confidence that you guys will choose each other through the ups and the downs, where at the start you let the societal issues get in the way, you let the people's talk, all of it. You're not strong enough at the start. You have this profound love, but this is why also twins have huge obstacles that society just doesn't get, and opinions. You don't work as a team at the start. There isn't that ride or die energy at the start, that loyalty for one another mutually, right? But it will come. And when it's time, nothing will get in the way. You'll know when it's time. Focus, no distractions, set on you, goals, no games. You'll know. Serious intention, and they won't give up, not giving up. You deserve your fairy tale ending, and so does this person. Guard because of the running. You know they're still running because they've presented, unfortunately, how they always present, the escapist. You know it, right? So until they're not, what happens? Remember, you've got your first step. You're protecting yourself for a reason. You've got a divine shield for a reason. Reunion. Might start with dating. It's good. Healing begins with an honest talk, and maybe the honest talk is what finally gets you guys back on the same page. Meeting, converse. I'm hearing that heart-to-heart conversation that gets you to the point of getting to know each other again. It will come. Stirring up feelings, enjoying the moment. Awake when you're both online. I'm hearing aligned, but when you're both online. I think this is about online, but when you're both connected, and you can both see that angel in one another again. We're both, right now you're both holding on to the perception of her. You're holding on to the versions you've created of one another in separations. Could have been multiple separations, but not the version you remember. You've got to both get to that point where you see each other again, right? Like see, what's that avatar? I see you, that, right? Secrets. The trigger again, and I felt it. You need to be aligned to be able to have understanding. And I did a reading the other week, and I'm hearing it. I feel this person, part of these burdens, it's stopping them from some part of their path and their greatness. It's a boulder that they should not have on their back, and the way you deal with whatever this is, it's like it gives them belief in themselves that it's not a burden to carry. It's part of their story, right? You have to trust in divine timing. It'll be triggering, but I think if anything, it'll bring your bond closer together. It'll build trust. Don't be tempted to rush. Let it unfold. This, you'll know when it's time. They won't give up. Don't be tempted with anything less. Don't be tempted. HS friends just came up as a message. That could be important initials. So remember, nothing will get in the way. Focused on you. No distractions, no games. Serious intentions, not giving up. Don't be tempted by anything less. That's how you break the cycle. All right. So we're going to get one for you. Main collective. You've got a leg up. Oh, it's... I just noticed it's a mama bear with a baby bear. Makes sense with this collective though. This 34, 3 and 4, Empress, Emperor energy. That Sirius card, the internal yin and yang. You're getting a leg up here. You're moving forward. You're reclaiming your power. 34 could be an important number for you. But your balance. All right, this person right now. Fate. They have fate all around them. And that was their first card. They're being activated to believe. Just let it unfold. Let it unfold. I think this is number 17. What's 17 and 34? What does that come to? I'm terrible with maths. 40. Is it 51? Is it? I think it is. Which comes to 6. Planet of Venus. Love, that could be your relationship planet. Saving just rang a bell. If that's not 51, that's embarrassing. But there's a reason I said 51. 1 and 5. 5 and 1 could be important numbers. I'm being tempted. Do I get your connection now or... Let's get your connection now. Your energy, their relationship energy now. Oh, in between worlds. In limbo. By the book, but this is you guys right now. But I always say this divine journey, no one's the exception. It kind of has to be done by the book, right? Just breathe at the bottom. Okay, let's read these quickly. Sorry, I'm going to blabber on for a little bit. If you don't want to know this energy, just move forward. This may take about, I reckon, 5 to 10 minutes. Hold on, let me just get the numbers. Okay, so you guys, leg up. Leg up. 128, 28th of the 1st could be an important number for you. Or 128. Did I say the 28th of the 1st? Did I? I just went blank. Okay, receiving help. Interdependence. What's that? And delegating authority. Well, this is not your responsibility anymore. You've done it. You've pulled your weight. You've pulled your thread. All you can do now is let it go, right? You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer an option for you. You can't keep pulling this journey. They need to start pulling their weight. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align to you who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. And I felt it for you. Whatever the case, you've got something very beautiful coming, right? Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept the aid that is given freely. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence, maybe you've become hyper independent, protection. Miracles happen. Now is such a time. Relationship message at the moment for you. Relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. Well, then that's opposite. Interdependence would mean that allowing companionship in, not hyper-dependence. Sorry, I've got beep. Okay, it's important to so that makes sense. The people that pull their weight. Silly. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are for them. Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. That is your lesson right now. It's not up to you to always pull up the weight in your relationships, not just with this person. This is the time for you to be vulnerable. Speak up for your needs when it's time. And ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind though. Ask and it will be given. You will know the right time. Okay, I'm not going to read. Let's read your protection message though. Are you always insisting on doing everything by yourself? Do you have a little faith? Do you have little faith that other people will come and help? Convinced burdens of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders. Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded. Maybe that's something right now you a bit embody that failure energy this person does. As they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand. But to be vulnerable is a good thing for you. You have a lesson to learn. And it's odd because this person is the same. They're scared to let people in. They're scared to be vulnerable. You both would have a mask with this, the guarded, the running, right? You both have been extremely hurt before. So you have a lesson, the right collective, in all areas of your life, to speak up for your true needs, to not be that 10 of wands in life. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. And I always say the right connection, the right love, it soothes your nervous system. Vulnerabilities are listened to, they're heard, and the right action is put into place, right? All right, this person, the fates. They're number 64. That's my favorite angel number. And you both need to trust him. You both will embody a bit of these messages here. 64. Essential meaning. Fate, karma, acceptance, and that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The past cannot be changed, where this person I think is bound to the past, and this is why they always expect the worst for themselves. The Oracle's message. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, activate that flame, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature and by your past experiences that were fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. Although I think you guys, when you activate, you start to understand what those meanings were for. The blessings in disguise. Life is perfectly designed for your soul's path, good and bad. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and the work with those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. All right, their relationship message. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and try to make them, and try not to make them otherwise suit you. This is a time, and you need this message too. Acceptance. You can't change someone with words. We say it all the time. The right love, you don't want to change your person. This is time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit into your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? And I think you, true divines, you're a high priestess. They're secrets. They would fear your gifts. That's who you are. That's your blueprint. They can't change that. Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by even moving on, or moving on from this rubbish and this expectation. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that for one another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. To grow one another, right? Protection message. It's difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up. Emotion, we said that at the start. It's to grow us. Rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change. Surrender and have acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that. Not glass half empty, glass overflowing. For the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. Beautiful. And you guys buy the book, number 11. 51 and 11 comes to 62, which comes to 8. Karma, karmic clearing, infinity, infinite energy. Number 11, buy the book, page 40. Oh, just went past it. So I'm just going to read your relationship message here. Oh no. Aiding by social rules, conformity, family, but universal laws. I feel one, straight away what I heard. I always say this with divines, no one's the exception. With this journey, it's the divine that has control of your veils. More universal laws from up there, but I did feel it in their energy. And remember that deviation we had before. True divines, you have societal issues that society, family, everyone has opinions on, and right now your connection, unfortunately, I think it's still bound to those. I think this person is still a bit blinded. You yourself, old belief system, going through frustration, anger, maybe calling them a narcissist, avoid. I feel there's certain belief systems you're holding on to that you shouldn't, that is creating these blocks as well. Instead of just surrendering, trusting in the power of your love, trusting that this is fated, trusting that this is divine, trusting that it is completely magical journey. You both still have so much doubt. You're taking the unicorn energy away from the power of your connection. I always say true divines, 1% of our population. It's magic. But you both need to believe in it. All right, relationship message. Getting along with others. Can't say that word. Getting along, I guess, better understanding one another and respecting who they are have become a result of the environment, culture, and experiences. Find the middle ground that allows this relationship to flourish while honoring individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or have the pressure of others to conform to. The way you want, the way you, I guess they want you to do this situation, your connection will deepen as a result. So once you guys let go of the old belief system, the outside interference, the things will start to change. But right now, you can see it in you both. But this collective, you're finding strength, But I do think this collective, because it has been such a long journey, maybe you're losing a little bit of that fairy dust that you had when you first activated. When you guys first activate, you understand the power and the magic and the miracle of this journey. But through time and broken cycles and mass behavior, you guys start to categorize, and it puts the orphan, childhood wounding. It's all to heal. It's all to heal. But you guys can get blinded and start labeling, and oh, it's just a mess. Okay. We're going to get tarot. Now, I just want to see the next action here. How they're going to approach you next. All right, next approach towards collective. All right, we've got 8 of Wands, so it could be coming in quite quick, but straight off the bat, I'm going to read it in reverse. 4 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Wands is usually a beautiful card to create foundation. It's about alignment. It normally entails very good news, and quite rapidly, 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 could be important, 8 the next month. But the fact we've got 4 of Wands in reverse, I don't think you're going to feel that reciprocity, right? Could feel a little bit broken. There could be family issues in the background. I feel a little bit of imbalance and discord, right? Unless this is something that they're trying to bring into alignment. Oh, Sun! Hold on. I want one more for this 4 of Wands in reverse, please. Remember, when it's time, everything gets illuminated, right? Oh no, 2 of Swords. There's still, unless they're talking about their stalemate, their avoidance, but maybe they're still a bit blinded. Maybe whatever comes next, especially with Sun and 8 of Wands, I don't think it's completely where it needs to be, but maybe, because remember, leg up. There is something about you getting vulnerable and deep and not being scared to let someone in. Now, remember, when this is time, you are still going to have your guard up because of running behavior. And I'm not telling you guys to... I feel you'll know when it's time, because there will be depth, there will be illumination of things, but I still don't think it's going to feel... I think it's going to be enough for you to kind of open up and explain your needs and wants, and you're kind of sick of the roundabout. You just putting on the table what you, not over explaining, being graceful, but just there's going to be enough energy where at least you can kind of speak your needs and wants and just let it unfold, right? But I do think you're still going to have your guard up a little bit. But for them to be coming in wanting success and illuminating, so I do think they'll illuminate certain truths, but maybe more about depth of feeling first. Wheel of Fortune, Trust. 2 of Cups. Stop it. And I felt depth of feeling. I think the next thing you're going to hear is maybe maybe an apology. Maybe this person gets a bit deeper. Ace of Swords. That's truth. Epiphany. Soul connection, in love, union, harmony, happiness, friends, reconciliation. I feel you'll know because you'll feel in sync a little bit. You'll feel in synergy. You'll see a deeper version of them. It's not going to be perfect. To have 4 of Wands in reverse with 2 of Swords, they're still a little bit blinded when they're coming in, and they're still withholding a little bit, and they're still a little bit in avoidance, and they're kind of meant to be. This is a big test for you guys. Remember, you're not meant to really budge here until you're feeling valued, that leg up, and you're definitely not meant to rush anything, and you're not meant to be tempted by anything less than this person, bullseye, right? So one thing I have to say here, we don't have any masculine energy leading this. There's actually no suit whatsoever. So what comes next, it may be very emotionally fulfilling to hear, but it's not bullseye energy, I'll tell you that. Let's get one more. 6 of Cups. They're wanting a second chance at love. They'll be sitting in nostalgia, but a bit of their child wounding may be coming up a little bit. I don't know, I'm on the fence here if you're meant to move with this. Whatever you hear next, it's going to be deeper emotionally, but again, we've got no energy really dry. I know we've got 8 of Wands here, but this is really nice. If you guys hadn't had so many cycles and like this would be, let's see what your advice is. This is really beautiful energy. It's just that's a bit alarming. Collective's advice on how to approach this. Stillness, 7 of Pentacles. Maybe plant a seed or two. Again, this could be where you can open up a little bit, but not about connection like long term, but needs and wants. Oh, I wouldn't be rushing. No way. Queen of Cups, be gentle. I felt it here that this will be a good time to get your emotions on the table, but in a calm way, right? They're saying be emotionally centered, have compassion and understanding and gentleness, right? Trust your intuition in the moment. I wouldn't be leading with passion and desire. I still think this is something more, maybe just plant seeds of germination, but it'll need patience. This one message ain't going to turn everything around, but it could start creating some blooming energy here, right? But don't lead with passion, desire. I wouldn't be doing that. But intuition, I do think it's that leg up energy, right? But definitely be graceful and kind. Page of Pentacles, this is nice. Slow. Be slow. Go within before making any big decisions, but this could create a new opportunity here if handled with patience. This is a solid message. Maybe when it comes to whatever you say, more grounded. Yes, have that nice balance emotion, but I think it needs to be grounded and don't have an expectation. Like, don't be... You will know in the moment. This seems very loving, right? But it doesn't mean, if I always tell you guys, a few words of flattery, it ain't going to change a whole heap of... I just think this is enough energy here to start maybe opening the doors of communication again. But one thing I will say, until you can find the empathy and true understanding of the whole situation, just choose peace until you know how to move forward with the right outlook, right? And don't be over explaining yourself either. Page of Cups in reverse. Be careful, your own wounding will come up. And one thing I do think you need to look for is, I don't want to say lack of healing, but I think you need to see emotional alignment and be very realistic here. And another thing I am hearing, if you get an obsessive mind that comes over you, and I would be doing that. Another thing, this can be about more cancelling. I wouldn't be organising to see this person straight away, that's for sure. Talking to myself, I wouldn't be rushing seeing this person. And another thing, you've got to remember, you're going to be tempted to rush things or give in before they lock in. And I promise you right now, what's coming next, that's not locking in. This could be your first step, right? I do think that this person's going to open up on a deeper level, but doesn't mean it needs to be rushed. I think say what you want to say without asking questions or expectation. This is going to go back and forth. Like I said, if anything, put your needs and wants on the table in a vulnerable, calm, graceful way. Plant a seed. Plant a seed. Don't over-explain. Don't be writing a novel. And just let it unfold, right? What your outcome will be if handled gently, gracefully, slowly. Oh, it's still going. Temperance. If patient. Don't be excessive, don't be impatient, but tranquility, moderation, balance and harmony will come over this connection. Healing, transformation through patience, Wheel in reverse, but it's going to be challenging, but it can be a turning point through all of the challenges, right? So everything that has felt stuck, this could really end up being a big push. Temperance with the wheel. I know it's in reverse, but you guys do need a turning point. You need to remove the old, and I think this is what you're going to have, balance that come and harmony over all the challenges, the repeated cycles that you guys have faced, right? It really could be a turning point. Don't be rushing anything. Biggest thing, your last row. You'll know when it's time, they'll lock in. That's all you really need to know. Anything before then, just sit gracefully. All right, let's do more. Oh my God, you got it. I don't even want to say it. You've got it. You could be in the next wave. You could be in the next wave. This is so important, what comes next here. One thing I'm hearing, and I was holding myself back, you've got to remember this person's energy through this reading. So if they come in really emotionally and really centered, and you're on your high horse, and you don't let this and I'm not saying let them, I know what you've been through, but I'll tell you right now, this person, if they open up on this deep level and they're completely met with silence, they will completely break. And this is where I tell you guys, you need to trust in what you feel in the moment. And I think for the right collective, in this moment, you are going to want to say something, where whatever's happened just now, you looked at it like this, right? This is going to make you, gut instinct, want to say something, but write down what you're feeling, right? If you're not ready to relay what you're feeling in that moment, and you're also being called to center your emotion first, at least say that to them. I've received your message and I just need a few days to sit on it, but I've definitely seen what you've said. I don't want you sitting there in anxiety or stress, but I do need a few days, right? Just be open, that leg up energy, because I think this person, I can see their lack of confidence and how long they can sit in long suffering. If they open up to you and they get met with silence, it could take months. It could take months till you hear from them again. But that's up to you. But if handled right, gracefully, calm, this could really lead to a union for you guys. But still let them. Oh, that was my battery. Just one more. Well, I think you'll break. I feel that should have been upright, world. I think you'll finally come into it with these. I think you'll finally break free from the old cycle. Although in love, this can be, again, coming back as one, but I think you'll break the cycle of this, because that's this whole reading. I think you'll finally sever the cycle and be able to start a new one. Star, miracle. Beautiful. Okay. Whatever happens next, handle carefully, don't rush, don't be making plans, let them lead. You just speak your needs. This is the 2021, I know, because of the black. That's important because it came to my mind. 5, transform the forbidden fruit. Don't fall short to the temptation. Let them drive this. Let them drive it. Temptation's going to take over you. It's protected. Luck is on your side. I'm going to have to stop that in a second because it's the 2-minute parts and the battery went. Hold on, let me do it now. Okay. White and black wax. Yin and yang. New beginning in love. This could be quicker than you expect. Lightning could come in on a storm. Trust in the tree of life. Love from the start. Trust in the divine. Surrender it over. Surrender it over. Trust. St. Jude. It's not a lost cause. That little divine heart wanted to come out with the white candle wax. Your heart's protected. The journey is protected. All right, number 7 by itself. 8 to the 4th, 4th of... Oh, 7, 7. 678, 876, or 8. Oh, I just switched that to 18. 18th of next month could be important, or 18th of the 6th this month was important. 18th of the 8th. 4th of the 1st, 1st of the 4th, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Duality first within. Duality. 1, 2, 2 angel number though, or 2, 2 angel number. 24th. Oh no, why did I think that? I was about to say 24th of the 2nd, or 24 could be an important number. All right, I love you guys.